Ladies and gentlemen, it is deadline day. At 4 p.m. Eastern Time is the official NFL trade deadline, and all 32 teams are going to have to get their deals in if they want to make a trade to be buyers or they want to make a trade to be sellers. And we got some last-minute rumors from some NFL insiders. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. Join us live at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be live up until the trade deadline. Just in case the Patriots make a move, we're kind of talking about just all the trades that are happening. So let's start off just with Dianna Russini. She has been all over the NFL trade rumors, trade news, trade intel, and she dropped some fresh trade intel that also kind of involved the New England Patriots. But let's talk about just what she said in general. The trade deadline is just days away. This article came out on November 1st, which means it's time to reset what we know and what I've been hearing heading into Tuesday. And remember, when a coach or GM insists publicly that a player isn't on the block, that doesn't mean they're not taking calls. Well, the Patriots have been known to be calling people and sending out calls, getting a little feelers, and they're also taking calls on specific players. We saw Kyle Duggar get traded. We saw Keion White get traded last Tuesday, literally back-to-back. But I think the Patriots are going to be sellers, and that's what Dianna Russini spoke about the Patriots too. This is what she said. The Patriots are searching for a pass rusher, even though they got rid of Keion White, but feel good about their other offensive weapons. Running back could be a possibility because of recent injuries. We used to know that the Patriots had a torn ACL to Antonio Gibson, and now Ramondre Stevenson is dealing with a toe injury, which we don't know the extent of. It's very clear that the Patriots want another player. They want someone that's going to come in and bring in just immediate impact. But we know Mike Vrabel, we know Elliott Wolf and this coaching staff. They're not looking at just immediate. They are taking this year as year one of their plan. They don't think that this is going to set them off as Super Bowl contenders. They're looking at the bigger picture. Someone that can come in and have an impact, not just this year, but probably next year and maybe even the year after. And I talked about it on the channel, just some of the biggest needs that the Patriots are going to have to deal with going into the NFL trade deadline. That is 4 p.m. Eastern Time for you guys that forgot already. Edge rusher, running back, safety, because you traded away Kyle Duggar. You have Del Pettis as your depth piece. And then a question mark at wide receiver. Do the Patriots need one? I say kind of yes, but maybe not. But they're still looking at some players. And Andrew Callahan of the Boston Herald, he came out with an article over the weekend, and here's what he had to say. Patriots will pull their bats out, but I don't expect them to swing for the fences like we've been talking about. The names to know are lower-end level players like Titans defensive end Arden Key, possibly Saints wideout Rashid Shaheed, and Giants running back Devin Singletary, and others. And specifically, we know the big rumors that have come out from Ricky Scoops, from Mike Reese, from Andrew Callahan, Doug Codd, basically Dianna Russini. Everybody is saying running back. And it kind of just think about this, because Ramondre Stevenson missed Sunday's game with a toe injury, and we haven't gotten an injury update. Yesterday, Mike Vrabel did not talk about anything Ramondre Stevenson. Did talk about Kayshon Boutte, how he's day-to-day with a hamstring injury, and he gave an update on Discord for crying out loud, and he said he's going to be good. He might miss Sunday's game, but should be good for the game against the Jets next Thursday. But do the Patriots need a wide receiver if Kayshon Boutte's hurt, or do they need specifically to go for a running back? Well, they do have Jennings, who played pretty well, and Travion Henderson just seems to not get the keys. But I'll ask you guys, pick a position the Patriots should trade for, because I think a trade's going to be happening by the end of today. So you tell me in the comments section. Type a W for wide receiver or type R for a running back. Coming up, I got the perfect Patriots trade plan going into 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and these three things specifically should happen once we hit that, and we'll break it down on live, so make sure you're there. But first, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is PrizePicks. The hard-hitting football action is even better with PrizePicks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on PrizePicks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less than 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you could still cash in. Well, how do you play? It takes, no joke, 30 seconds. You can make a lineup quicker than me talking about PrizePicks and how you should download the app. And it doesn't matter if it's football. It can be basketball. It can be hockey. It could be esports. All of them together. and you can double your cash. Did you know PrizePicks also invented the flex play, which means you could still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if your picks don't hit. But you got to download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. All right. So going on about the NFL trade deadline, and of course, Mike Vrabel is definitely talking about some things that could potentially happen. And they asked him yesterday, of course, on every Monday press conference, they specifically asked him what a potential trade could look like. And he kind of just gave an answer. He kind of just was talking and talking. And honestly, just gave a absolute nothing burger. But we know Mike Vrabel. He never wants to give intel. He never wants to tell you what the Patriots are going to do. Here's what he had to say. What happens is personnel staff makes calls and they have all conversations as this thing leads up to it. I just say continue to do our due diligence about what those may be and what they look like, and then make a decision that we think is best for us. That's what I hope that we do. Until I hear otherwise, we'll have conversations this afternoon. Nothing new to report. Well, what that tells me, and I'm kind of just trying to read between the lines, trying to get in his head, but it's almost impossible to get in the head coach's head. I think the Patriots make 2 moves. I have 3 moves that the Patriots should make, but I think they're going to make 2 moves. And the first move is a part of my perfect trade plan for the Patriots, and it's been talked about since probably the offseason. And honestly, guys, how long have I been talking about the Patriots need to get rid of Anfernee Jennings? Over and over and over and over again. Moose, if you want to give, it's the Jordan Schultz tweet for that one, talking about Anfernee Jennings. There we go. So the first one is trading Anfernee Jennings. And this came out on November 3rd, which was yesterday. And Jordan Schultz said the Patriots are in buying mode, but one player they're shopping is Anfernee Jennings. Jennings started 30 games over the past 2 seasons, but hasn't started a game this year under the new defensive staff. And I mean, Anfernee Jennings basically always he does not fit on this. He does not fit on this roster. We know how good he is at being a run defender, but he cannot pass rush, and that's what the Mike Vrabel system is. Jennings does not fit the Vrabel system, so just shop him out. Somebody could use him. Just get a 7th-round pick swap for him or do anything, but you got to just get him off the team. Give him a new, fresh start. He's just sitting there rotting on the bench, and he deserves better to at least be on a team where he could give production for this team. My second one, and this kind of contradicts the whole entire thing, but trade for an edge rusher. And I know what you're probably thinking. Trade for an edge rusher. Well, Brett, Anfernee Jennings is an edge rusher. Why would you trade for an edge if you're going to get rid for an edge rusher? Well, I just said it. Anfernee Jennings does not fit the Patriots system that is going forward. He did in the old scheme, but in Mike Vrabel's scheme, they like pass rushers. And there's one pass rusher I think is perfect, and I'm going to talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. And if you join us on live, you'll probably see it. And that's Arden Key. He is dealing with a quad injury, so we don't know the true extent of that. He has not played for the Titans in the last 3 weeks, but I kind of think they haven't played him so he doesn't aggravate it and can't be traded. But if you look at Arden Key the past couple years, I mean, he's been a solid player. He's only played 5 games this season and 1.5 sacks, but he hasn't been one of their true starters. Last season, 6.5. He provides that perfect system for Mike Vrabel. In 2023, 17 games played, 30 tackles and 6 sacks. Oh, guess who his head coach was? Mike Vrabel. So I think that with him already knowing the type of system that they like, I think he'd be perfect for the Patriots. And you might not have to pay much for him because the Titans are in a fire sale. They've traded away 2 cornerbacks, and yesterday they traded away Draymond Jones to the Baltimore Ravens. So you could probably get Arden Key for a 6th-round pick, maybe a 5th-round pick. The Ravens traded a 5th-round pick for Draymond Jones. And I think Draymond Jones is a better player than Arden Key, so maybe you can get that for a 6th-round pick. And you also kind of raked in the 6th-round picks with the 2 trades that you made last week. And the last one, I still don't believe it's going to happen, but apparently it's going to happen, and that's trade for a running back. And I've talked about it. I really, really like the running back room. I like Ramondre. I like Travion Henderson. I like Terrell Jennings, as you brought him up from the practice squad. But Ricky Scoops, he said on October 30th that he confirms the Patriots will be adding a new running back via trade by Tuesday. Happy Halloween to the matter. Hashtag NEPats. And then this morning at 7:30, somebody asked him, Ricky, it's Tuesday, and the Pats world is way too quiet. What's going on? And this was a reply to his tweet about a running back. And Ricky just said, trust me. I guess trust him. If he says it's going to happen, I mean, he's had every single scoop possible. So I think a running back trade's, I guess, going to happen. If not, well, then Ricky has proven wrong, but he has yet to prove me wrong since. So we got possible running backs for a trade. Breece Hall, Jerome Ford, Tony Pollard, and Devin Singletary. You saw Devin Singletary be in Andrew Callahan's quote as him talking about it. I think the Patriots should trade for Tony Pollard. I know it's a lot of Titans, but the entire coaching staff is Titans. You have Herald Landry. The whole team is basically Mike Vrabel's staff from 2019. So go out and trade for Tony Pollard. But in reality, just play Travion Henderson, man. He has the potential. He has the speed. He has the talent. Just play him. There is no need to go out and waste a draft pick for some dude that's going to be in the bottom part of the depth chart once Ramondre Stevenson comes back. Just play Travion Henderson. Please, please. Draw 25, Mike Vrabel. Will the Patriots make a move today? You go down in the comments section and you let me know. Give me a Y for yes or give me an M for no. And don't forget to join us on our live show. Going to be live at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Make sure you sub, hit that notification button, and as always, let's go Pats.